There is a giant turkey walking around right here in this area I like to run. I don't like it. You never know what a turkey's gonna do. Guess you never know what another person's gonna do either. Most people are bound by civilization, by culture, by laws. What's a turkey know? Turkey doesn't know laws. Hi guys, I'm running. Well, I'm not running now. I'm in the middle of my run and I'm talking to you. A little unedited WheezyNews video. When I do unedited videos, often, I'll see comments like, "Everything okay, Wheezy? You seem down. You seem tired. You seem blah, 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 blah." No one says blah, 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 blah yet. I'm sure some of you will in the comments because I said that. But it's just because it's unedited. That's all. Sometimes I'm a little tired, but I'm always able to hide that when I'm editing. When it's just editing, it's words, with very little space in between. The space between, I'm sorry, I hate that I did that, but I had to. The space between where breath happens, where thinking happens. I spend a lot of time thinking about the next thing I'm going to say. In real life, I'm not that as peppy and upbeat as I guess I make it seem in videos. I'm pretty slow when I talk. I spend a lot of time thinking about the next thing to say. I go a lot. I'm careful. And I've always been that way. It wasn't my intention to hide it with editing. It's just that when I edit things, I like to make them as entertaining as possible. And it's more entertaining to make things faster paced, usually. There's people over there. They were looking at me. And I didn't like it. See, like right now, I'm thinking about the next thing to say. And I notice it in my daughter. She's careful. She spends her time, she takes her time thinking about when you present her with a choice or something to do. She spends time, I think what she's doing is what I do, is mapping out in her head what she should do before she does it. A little more careful, not so impulsive. I guess that's kind of the way I've always been, and must be just innate in me because that's what my daughter does. And so I see someone driving by, letting them drive by. I'm still not, after 15 years of this, 16, I don't know how many years, I'm still self-conscious about holding a camera to my face. Like that person, she just looked over with her judging eyes. I don't think she was judging. She barely registered what I was doing. Even nowadays, back when I started, it was, holy crap. It was super weird. Turning a camera and pointing it at myself. No one did that yet. Selfies weren't a thing. Still feels weird. Still have little confidence with it. It's something I'll never be comfortable with. I guess I'm a little more comfortable now. I'm more comfortable when it's a phone, oddly, than when it's just a regular camera. Phone cameras have gotten so much better. I use the phone camera now. So before, when I would go out like on the day in the life type videos or vlog videos, I'd have a special camera I'd take with me, or I'd take the big camera with me. I just shot a video in which China and I went shopping for me. She's picking up my new wardrobe. That'll be the next main channel video after the one that just came up today, by the way. I just put one up, first one in 4 months on the main channel. Better go check it out. I think I said on here that the first one was gonna be the wardrobe video. Well, things changed, okay? That's gonna be the next video, probably. But I just took this camera when we went out shopping. Nowadays, when I go out, I'll shoot, when I'm in the office, I'll shoot with the main good camera, and I'll just take the phone camera. it's you can barely tell the difference. These cameras are getting so good. Sound isn't quite as good. You have less control over certain things, but I don't need to. I think what's vastly more important, production tip, if you're doing sort of on the fly kind of shooting, you're doing documentary shooting, doing interviews with people, to me the number one priority is, I guess, what's the word, comfort. Just making sure the person you're talking to is comfortable, making sure you're comfortable, making it easy, quick, expediency. There's an all-encompassing word, I guess, that maybe there isn't an all-encompassing word here, but it's just be comfortable. Your comfort level during the production, I had to check that I didn't stop recording, I bumped something there, is much more important, I think, than being meticulous about lighting and shots, maybe like telling someone to say something a different way, going back. Like whenever in an interview, you tell someone to say something a different way, sometimes if they're a good performer, it's okay, but often you can just see the stress level rise in the person you're talking to. So making it as easy as possible to just capture the moment is much better, I think. The moment itself, the candidness of the moment itself is much more important if you're doing sort of documentary production, is much more important than the perfectness of the sound and the lighting and the composition, whatever. And if they're talking, if it's like an interview scenario, the wording, even the syntax, the way I'm talking now is pretty stumbly and awkward. It doesn't matter. People are used to talking to people. So we understand each other. We can understand each other if we let people be as natural as possible. You get the idea. You might want to go back and fix what you say if it's sort of controversial, if you say something you regret and you don't want it out in the public. But other than that, keep it as natural as possible, I say. And so that's why I just carry around a phone, and I'm much more ready to just use the phone to shoot things now, especially nowadays, because the cameras have gotten so much better, sound has gotten so much better. But even if it doesn't, even if the shot is kind of pixelated, you can't really tell what's happening, or you can't really hear it. Usually it's more about sound. You can't really hear it sometimes with a phone. Maybe you accidentally covered the microphone, or there's a lot of noise going on in the background. Subtitles. And even if someone stumbles their words or isn't very clear with what they're trying to say, you can edit around it. You can fix it. You fix it in post. I'm much more reliant on fixing it in post, capturing the moment, keeping it as natural and quick as possible. I really hate, like, if I'm gonna go do an interview and I have a group of people helping me, spending a lot of time setting up, which I've done in the past. But nowadays, if I were to get a team together these days, I think I would tell everybody, we're just gonna make the shoot as expedient. There's someone sitting over there. I'm gonna walk the other way because I want to be comfortable. Make it as expedient as possible. Just the number one priority is the person we're interviewing, make them comfortable. That's it. Don't make them have to sit and wait a long time. Just like moving lights around them, whatever. Comfort. Keep it as real and natural as possible. And I feel like the quality will come through. It'll be better. Whatever we capture will be better because they're comfortable. Because it's not about the composition. It's about what they have to say. So that's my point on that. When I turned this camera on, I thought I was going to talk about quitting my smartphone for 4 months, which is what I've severely limited my smartphone usage for 4 months so far. I'm going to do it for a year. As I say that, I'm holding my smartphone and I'm shooting video. I've for the first month, I literally got a dumb phone and used it for a month, and it didn't work out for me. Like, the phone was really kind of clunky. It was hard to text with, like even just basic texting and communication, which I wasn't planning on quitting, was difficult. So I went back to the smartphone and just limited it to the practical things. I still use the camera because if I didn't use this camera, I would just have to carry around a camera, and that's not making my life better. The whole point is to make my life better. So I don't use the browser. I don't use any social media, and the apps I use are just practical apps. Like sometimes I have to Venmo somebody, so I'll use Venmo, or my workout app, and the camera, and texting and phone, and that's it. I have, as it's gone on, like I've been pretty strict about not using the browser at all to just look up random stuff, random facts that come up in conversation, that you just want to look something up quickly, like what actor is in this movie. I've been avoiding even that, because that can lead to rabbit holes of looking things up, which I think would make my life worse, because the whole point here is to put the phone down and live in the moment. Enjoy what I'm doing, where I am. Not doing that right now. I'm talking to you guys. Although I am enjoying talking to you guys, and there are people over there. Oh my God, there's people everywhere. But this is my job, and this is different. This is a little different, okay? And using the camera is okay, I've decided. So I say I'm quitting my smartphone, and that was the initial plan, but with a lot of caveats. It has been great. Like I go to bed, I don't look at my phone in bed unless I'm going to read. I can use the Kindle on the phone, or the things like Short Form, which is the sponsor of the main channel video, which is just reading, which is fine. I mean, I know there's the idea that blue light is bad for you in bed, but I really haven't found that to be true, because I've gone long periods without looking at it, and with looking to me, it's much more about what you're looking at on your phone. If I'm looking at social media or something, or like playing a game or something really overly stimulating, that can hurt. But like reading, that generally makes me tired. So like I can read the Kindle, or I also have a separate Kindle which I use, or things like Short Form, and it's fine. But I've been reading in bed. I haven't been looking at social media in bed. And when I wake up in the morning, I don't pick up my phone right away, which is what I used to do. I used to do a lot of the New York Times games, like the crossword and the spelling bee, on my phone. Super, super addicting. Don't do that anymore. I still do it on the laptop, probably still too much. And I have, in the past month or so, found myself getting drawn into Twitter on the computer a little too much, which you may have seen. I've been doing a lot more tweeting on there. But I'm using Twitter far less than I would have if I were using my phone. And I do feel more in the moment most of the time when I'm around other people, in group settings, when I'm just by myself and not at a computer. And I love it. I don't see any reason to ever go back to, because I'm just sort of slowly figuring out how to, not make my life worse, but without the phone. And I'm adding in exceptions. I have been starting to look on Google once in a while, looking up random facts, because I know that they're not going to lead down rabbit holes, depending on what I'm doing. And it's been fine. I recommend eliminating anything from your phone that sucks your time away. News, social media, maybe you're texting too much. Maybe you're just in too many text conversations and not paying attention to your driving, or just what you're doing in the moment. Being in the moment's really nice. Moments are great. Humans have been enjoying moments since we've been humans. Seems like we're enjoying them less now. We're not in them. or paying attention to what has happened online or what will happen. Anyway, 4 months going strong. Social media, no smartphone, much less social media. Main channel video is up it's about my 4 months off of YouTube making videos, but not really. More about just my thoughts on productivity and getting it down to the basics of what you need to do if you want to make stuff, if you want to be productive. Get that pet project of yours done. Go check out that main channel video if you would like help with that. And this has been a long series of random thoughts that I really didn't expect it to be this long. I just turned the camera on and kind of enjoy that it happened. Maybe I should do this every time. Maybe not. Maybe she's born with it. Maybe it's Maybelline. And what else is going on? Newsletter every Tuesday. I got a Patreon. I do a podcast with my friend Greg Benson called Two Guys Talking About Lettuce, which is wonderful. I enjoy the crap out of it. It's ridiculous, it's stupid, and I love it. And tonight I'm going to be on Bad Movies Live with him. He does a, I guess, weekly live show on Twitch where he watches bad movies. I'm going to watch a bad movie with my friend Greg Benson on Twitch. I'll put a link to that down somewhere. And I don't know what the bad movie is, but it's going to be a good time. And what else is going on? Been watching Mission Impossible movies, rewatching them, 3 through 6. If you haven't seen them, they're better than you think. And in anticipation for the 7th one, I follow Christopher McQuarrie on Twitter. He's awesome. It's a really good, if you're into film and filmmaking, he's a really good Twitter follow. He's the director of the latest 2 Mission Impossibles and the new ones coming out. Excited about Zelda coming out. I've been playing Breath of the Wild and Ada's been watching me. She's enjoying watching me play Zelda, which is an absolute dream come true. So she'll be excited for the new one. I'll be excited for the new one. And that's about it. If you made it all the way to the end of this video, I am impressed. Thanks for watching.